Hey, good morning, Frank. Yeah, it's the first time we've made it out to the beaches. I'm going to bring in Chief of Police of Bradenton Beach, John Cosby, with me. And John, it was a different situation than we saw with Helene, right, Chief?
Yeah, we were fortunate. The storm, the center of the storm went south of us, so we did not get the storm surge that we were anticipating. So everything stayed pretty dry, but we did have a lot of wind. We do have a lot of roofs that were blown off. We do have a couple of structures that were compromised and knocked off of their pylons. And then we have a trailer park that it stayed, the structures stayed together. They did flood, but now the face of the structures that face the intercoastal, they just ripped them apart. So now all the contents are exposed.
This is the last thing that the beaches needed was any more devastation.
Yes, I was listening to, I can't remember what the title is, but he was saying that every beach, basically on this coast has been compromised from the last two events.
Where do you guys go from here? I mean, this is not just the place people call home, it's also the place so many of our viewers come to visit and have grown to love as a destination. What is the first step in all of this?
Well, the first step is to get this debris out of the way and get the roads opened up so our residents and business owners can come back and assess their property and start the process of rebuilding. The next step in conjunction with that will be to get the utilities back on, because right now there's no power, no water, no sewer. Once we can get that taken care of, have some comforts to deal with, and then we'll start the rebuilding process. We were already well under our way. Some of our restaurants were ready to open before this came in, even after Elena. So we had 4 restaurants. The Circle K was open up at the north end and had gas. So our recovery was very quick from the last one, and I'm hoping we move at the same pace from this one.
Yeah, I think when we were looking around, I'm like, okay, so what's the damage from Helene? What's the damage from Milton? From Helene, it was the storm surge. From Milton, it's the wind damage we're seeing. And so unfortunately, like you said, you're seeing, there goes my hat, you're seeing the wind damage from all of this, from what Helene didn't ruin, now maybe Milton did.
Yeah, again, the damage is definitely different. We didn't have any roofs blown off or compromised from Elena, but with this one we do.
I know that there are some residents now sitting in their car on the other side of the bridge waiting to get back on. When do you think that these beaches will at least be open to residents?
I'm going to say it's going to be another day or two. It won't be, last time it took a week because the amount of sand that had to be moved, but that's not the issue right now. So I think we're going to move much quicker. But the Manatee County EOC has put the notice out that you don't be on the road if you don't need to be. And we, all 3 island cities and the town of Longboat Key, have all told everybody that it's not ready to come back quite yet.
And when we're looking at the damage, I can see that the damage from Milton there, the down power lines, that's what you guys are dealing with out here.
Yeah, and that's the number one thing, is to make sure those power lines are secured. And then, like I said, get the roadway cleared, and we should be good to go.
Are you guys seeing any injuries or any fatalities?
No, and again, I've said this before, and I'm going to jinx myself. So far, we've had no injuries reported and no deaths.
People listen to the warnings.
They definitely. First time, it was a little iffy. This time, there was no question.
Nobody was chancing it with the storm surge levels that were being projected.
No, and when the order was issued at 2, by Monday at 2, Monday night, we were probably 95, 98%. Everybody was gone.
Well, and I think the key word for this community is resiliency, Chief, because that's what I am born and raised here. We've come together before, we'll come together again, and this place will rebuild.
Yeah, this is a very resilient little community, very tight-knit. So yeah, we'll definitely rebuild. No doubt in my mind.
Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, and that's basically the situation, guys, out here on Bradenton Beach. We know people who live out here want to get back onto the island, but guys, it's going to look like it's going to be another day or so until you can get out here.
Yeah, we know if that area has the resilience that you have, that tenacity, just like you, Jen, it's going to be all right. But something that stood out, Sarah, and other officials saying the beaches are going to be compromised. It's all going to be different.
Yeah, and Anna Maria Island, so much of the barrier islands, Jen, is a key part of our economy. Tourism drives our economy all across our state. I know the goal is to get it open as soon as possible, but it may take some time.
Yeah, and you heard the chief. They already had the 7-Eleven open out here. There was already gas back out here. And we saw that storm surge 4 to 5 feet high. So now with this wind damage, they're just hoping they'll continue that rebuilding process. They will get people back here out on that community, out in the community, and this community will start to rebuild.